The biggest mistake I'm seeing right now is not the home, it's how properties are priced. And it's quietly costing sellers thousands of dollars. What's happening right now in Red Deer and across Central Alberta is that we're seeing a noticeable split. Some homes are selling quickly with strong offers, and others are just sitting for quite some time. Same price range, similar homes, but completely different results. And it's not random. The difference almost always comes down to how the home was priced and positioned from day one. Here's what I see happen all the time. Sellers are priced based on what they hope that they can get, what they need to get, or what their neighbor actually sold for last year, instead of what the market is actually telling us their home is worth right now. And honestly, I understand why. You want to protect your equity. You don't want to leave money on the table. And you feel like pricing higher gives you more room to negotiate. And this is the part that's so frustrating because many sellers think they're protecting their value when they're actually doing the opposite. This is where the market has shifted. Right now, buyers have more awareness than ever. They're watching new listings daily, and they're comparing properties instantly as they come on the market. They understand what feels like value and what doesn't. So when a home hits the market, it's not just being evaluated on its own. It's being compared to everything else that's available on the market that week. And this is where pricing becomes more than just a number. It becomes your positioning. Because buyers don't just decide, is this home worth it? They decide, is this the best option compared to everything else out there for me right now? The biggest pricing mistake sellers are making is this. They're treating price like a safety net instead of a strategy. They think, let's start higher, we can always come down later. But what they don't realize is that you only get one chance to hit the market as a new listing. And that newness, that's where all of your leverage is. That's when buyers are paying attention, showings are highest, and your interest is the strongest. If you miss that window, you don't just adjust the price, you lose your momentum entirely. Here's what this could actually look like in real time if you list it too high. Week number 1 to 2, you hit the market, there's some interest, but not as much as you hoped or expected. Buyers are watching, but they're a bit hesitant. By week 3 to 4, showings slow down. Buyers start wondering what's wrong with it, even if there is actually nothing wrong with your home. And by weeks 5 to about 8, now you're reducing the price, but instead of creating excitement, it actually is causing buyers to have a bit more caution. Because buyers are seeing the days on market, they're looking at the price drops, and when they see both of those, they might assume weakness in the listing with a property. And this is where sellers lose their negotiating power, not because of the home, but because of how it was introduced to the market from the beginning. I recently had a seller who felt very strongly about pricing above where the market was pointing it at. And I understand their reasoning. They want to leave room to negotiate, and they didn't want to feel like they were giving anything up. So we listed higher than where I originally suggested. The first couple weeks, we had some activity, not the level of interest that we should have at that price point though. As time went on, showings slowed down, and we started to have these conversations. We ended up adjusting the price, and once we did, the interest picked up slightly, but at that point, they had lost their initial momentum. And in the end, the home did end up selling, but it sold much less than what they would have liked to have, and probably less than where it would be if we positioned it properly from day one. The sellers who are winning right now are thinking about this a lot differently. They're not asking, what's the highest price that we can list at? They're asking, how do we position this home to create the most amount of demand? Because demand is what drives your price, not your list price itself. When a home is positioned properly, it's going to attract more buyers, it's going to create more urgency, and it's going to strengthen your negotiating power. And that's how you protect your value. So if there's one thing to understand right now, it's this. The goal isn't the highest price. It's the strongest final outcome and how to get there. And those are not always the same thing. In this market especially, strategy matters more than ever because small pricing decisions at the beginning have a massive impact on how your entire sale plays out. And that's the difference between reacting to the market or leading it. If you're thinking about selling in Red Deer or Central Alberta, I offer free market evaluations, and I'm always happy to give you my honest advice, not just what you want to hear, but what you need to hear.